Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are speaking about something that has deeply moved many followers. Yaman's birthday has turned into the center of an intense, emotional storm. While the actor was celebrating in Rome with his partner, Sarah Bluma, his mother, Guldam Yaman, shared a message that touched thousands of hearts. Even if you celebrate your birthday with him and not with us, you are still my most precious treasure. A message full of love, but also of a sadness that could not be hidden. On social media, many interpreted these words as a clear sign of distance between mother and son. According to people close to the family, for some time now, Can has chosen to spend his birthdays abroad, far from home, and this has deepened the emotional silence between them. Meanwhile, the atmosphere in Italy was completely different. A romantic dinner in an exclusive restaurant, red roses, live music, and a very special gift from Sarah. A necklace with a small, heart-shaped key and the words, "I have the key to your heart." But even in the middle of that romantic scene, there was a brief moment when Can fell silent, distant, as if his thoughts had gone somewhere else. And many wondered, was he thinking of his mother? Or perhaps of Demet? Speaking of Demet Özdemir, she did not write anything directly to him, but posted a black and white photo with a candle. Her followers interpreted it as a silent greeting. For some, the emotional bond is still there. For others, that story is long closed. It is said that when Can saw his mother's message, he remained silent and simply said, "I think my mother is wounded." There was even a small moment of tension between him and Sarah that evening, although they later appeared smiling for the cameras. At the end of the night, Can said something that ignited even more discussion. Life is about finding balance among the people we love. But when the heart chooses one, sometimes the others suffer. So, who were those words meant for? His mother? His past with Demet? Or the relationship he is now trying to protect with Sarah? What is certain is that this birthday was not just a celebration. It was a crossroads of love, memory, and wounds that have not yet healed. When I look at everything that is being said about Demet Özdemir, I see clearly that many people forget one essential truth. She chose to protect her peace, and that choice is not always understood. And people keep asking why she does not respond publicly, why she does not defend herself, why she does not deny or confirm. But that is precisely her strength. Demet does not need confrontation to prove who she is. She does not need to speak loudly to be respected. She knows that noise does not heal anything. What surprises me is how some still try to drag her back into stories that are already finished. Many insist she should speak out, set boundaries, explain herself. But why return to something she chose to close? Demet understood that protecting herself meant letting go, even when deep feelings were involved. That is not running away. That is clarity. People say that he still carries her in his heart, that the shadow of that story always returns. And honestly, I believe that too. But what matters is not what he has not resolved. What matters is what she rebuilt on her own. She continued living, growing, experiencing love, disappointment, success, and change, all under the public eye, and that is not easy. Moving forward while being watched is one of the hardest things anyone can do. That is why I say, her silence is not weakness, it is strength. It is her saying, "My life does not belong to drama." Today, we see a woman who has matured, who no longer needs to open old doors to explain herself. What she lived shaped her, but it does not define her. It is unfair that some people still link her only to Khan, as if it were easier to keep her trapped in the past than to recognize who she has become. Demet is not someone's ex. She is a woman who built herself, even when the easiest thing would have been to remain defined by that story. Her ability to remain true to herself, even under judgment, is moving. She looks forward, not backward. Her choices speak louder than words. The media tries to drag her back, but she is not the one clinging to the past. They are. Demet does not need to explain what she has overcome. Her life already shows it. She knows that those who have chaos inside look for chaos outside, and she is no longer in that place. So yes, she deserves to breathe, to live the life she is building now, to love again without being compared to a memory. She has closed that chapter. The problem is that many still do not want to accept that the book is finished. To me, her recent story is that of a woman who learned to protect what matters. Fame brought admiration, but also a price. Invasive curiosity, rushed judgments, endless comparisons. Yet she chose silence when silence was the only mature answer. The set when it was her only true refuge. Self-respect when scandal would have been easier. It's not coldness, it's emotional intelligence. Those who've had their hearts broken know that real strength means moving on without turning pain into a show. Many have accused her of not being what others expected. But what some saw as distance, I see as focus. While others pointed at her private life, she responded with deeper, sharper, more personal roles. Reputation can't be tweeted, it's built. That's why I understand those who tell her, "Keep going. You're a great actress and you deserve happiness." It's true that for many, her name will always be tied to a story that marked an era. But Demet doesn't live on nostalgia. She honors it without exploiting it. In times when fame is confused with truth, she's chosen to own her story. If I had to describe her in one word, it would be solidity. Not because she doesn't tremble, but because she's learned to stand firm even when the ground shakes. I admire her for that, for reminding us that honest work, coherence, and restraint still matter, and because, even in a world that applauds noise, she continues to believe in music.